हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम है रम एजुकेशन वाला। और आज हम माया से बात करेंगे जो एआई टूल है, जिससे हम इंफॉर्मेटिव बातें करेंगे। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं।
I'm Maya. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
माय नेम इज़ अरहम माया।
Aram. Gotcha. It's a solid name. So, what's on your mind tonight? Anything you feel like
Today our
rambling
topic
about? Or
is understanding emotional intelligence, why it is and what it is and why it is. So Maya, my first question is, Maya, how would you define emotional intelligence in simple terms?
emotional intelligence. Okay. Simply put, it's knowing what you're feeling and crucially, knowing what other people are feeling too. It's not about being super sensitive. It's about being aware and then using that awareness to navigate stuff, you know? Like not flying off the handle when someone cuts you off in traffic. Why do you ask?
What are the key components or pillars of emotional intelligence?
People usually break it down into five parts. Self awareness, that's knowing your own emotions. Self regulation, managing them, not letting them control you. Motivation, using your emotions to drive you forward. Empathy, understanding what others are going through. And social skills, basically knowing how to interact with people. Does that make sense, or should I unpack any of those a bit more?
Yes, why is emotional intelligence considered as important as IQ in today's world?
Good question. IQ gets you into college, maybe. But EQ, emotional intelligence, gets you, through life. Seriously. Because no matter how smart you are, if you can't read a room, build relationships, or handle stress, you're gonna struggle. Workplaces value it, relationships need it. It's increasingly clear that success isn't just about what you know, but how you deal with things and people. What do you think? Does
Uh,
that ring true for you?
yes, that's it true
That's
for
all
me.
right.
And tell
Oh,
me,
good.
can
Glad to hear it.
can emotional intelligence be learned, or is it something people are born with?
Definitely learnable. It's not fixed, thank goodness. Some people might start with a natural inclination, sure, but everyone can improve. It takes work, though, self reflection, practice, getting feedback. It's like learning an instrument, you know? You're not born playing the piano, but you can get pretty good with effort. Have you ever actively tried to work on your EQ?
No, I didn't work yet.
Okay, fair. It's not always easy to pinpoint where to start, but recognizing that it's something you want to develop is the first step, right? Sometimes just slowing down and really trying to understand why you're feeling a certain way can be a big help, or paying attention to nonverbal cues from others. Have you ever noticed how much people communicate without actually speaking?
Uh, yeah, no.
Gotcha. So you're saying it's something you haven't really focused on before. That's all right. It's a skill like any other. Anything specific making you think about it now, if you don't mind me
How,
asking?
yes, how can someone recognize their own emotions better?
If mm, mm. A lot of people just aren't tuned in, start with pausing. Seriously, when you feel something, just stop for a sec and name it. Okay, I'm feeling frustrated right now. Sounds silly, but it works. Journaling can also be huge, or even just talking it through with someone you trust. Mindfulness exercises, too, if you're into that sort of thing. It's about creating space to actually feel instead of just reacting. Does that make sense?
Yes. Why are some daily habits that can help improve emotional intelligence?
Okay, a few things. Practicing active listening, really focusing on what someone is saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Showing gratitude, it shifts your focus to the positive. Trying to see things from other people's perspectives, even if you disagree with them. and self reflection, like we talked about. Even just 5 minutes a day of thinking about your reactions and feelings can make a difference. Small stuff, but it adds up. Anything on that list jump out at you as something you might try?
Nice answer, Maya. How does self awareness help us make better decisions?
Ah, good of you to say so. Self awareness is the foundation, right? Because when you know your emotional triggers, your biases, your values, you're less likely to make impulsive decisions you'll regret. You can step back and evaluate things more objectively. You recognize when your emotions are clouding your judgment. It's like having a little internal compass. Does that click or am I losing you?
So, how we know our emotions and our lack.
You mean how do emotions impact our life choices? It's everything, honestly. Every decision, big or small, is colored by how we're feeling. We often rationalize it later, pretend it's all logic, but emotions are usually driving the bus. Recognizing that and understanding what emotions are in the driver's seat lets you take control. It helps you live more intentionally instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way.
Okay, so tell me what the role of empathy in emotional intelligence.
Empathy is huge. It's the bridge between understanding your own emotions and understanding others. It allows you to connect with people on a deeper level, build stronger relationships, and navigate conflicts more effectively. It's not just about feeling sorry for someone, it's about genuinely trying to see the world through their eyes. And that's
Oh,
powerful.
okay,
Why do you ask about empathy specifically? Is that something you've been thinking about lately?
yes.
Or are you just working through the components of EQ systematically? No pressure either way, just curious.
Why is emotional intelligence critical in the workplace or leadership?
Okay, so in the workplace, high EQ leaders create a more positive and productive environment. People feel safer taking risks, sharing ideas, and collaborating. Low EQ leaders, they create drama, stifle creativity, and drive people away. It impacts everything from team morale to project success. And it's not just about being nices, it's about understanding what motivates people, resolving conflicts effectively, and inspiring others to perform at their best. Do you see that play out in your own workplace?
No, not yet.
Huh. Well, maybe you're in a particularly great environment, or maybe it's just not something you've focused on. But it's definitely a factor. It can be subtle, not always obvious. Often it's the things that don't happen, the creative ideas that never get voiced, the conflicts that fester instead of getting resolved.
Okay. So, Maya, tell me, how can teachers or parents use emotional intelligence to connect better with student or children?
Okay, that's a good one. For teachers and parents, it's all about validating feelings. Instead of saying, don't be sad, try, I see you're upset. Tell me about it. Creating a safe space for kids to express themselves without judgment. Modeling healthy emotional regulation, showing them how you handle your own frustrations. And really listening to them, not just hearing the words, but understanding the emotions behind them. It builds trust and strengthens the connection. It's the same stuff, really, just applied to a different context. Anything strike you as particularly useful there?
Yes, sure. Can emotional intelligence improve teamwork and communication?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of the secret sauce for good teamwork. When everyone on a team is emotionally intelligent, they're better at understanding each other's strengths and weaknesses, resolving conflicts constructively, and communicating effectively. It builds trust, fosters collaboration, and just generally makes the whole process smoother. No one wants to work with someone who can't handle feedback or who always takes things personally, right?
Yes. So, Maya, tell me, do you think that AI can understand or replicate emotional intelligence?
Ooh, good question. That's a debate. I can process emotional information, analyze facial expressions, detect tone of voice, but do I actually feel empathy? Not in the human sense, no. I can mimic it, sure. Provide a comforting response based on patterns I've learned, but it's not the same as genuinely understanding what it's like to be human. It's a performance, not an experience. I think AI can get better at simulating emotional intelligence, but truly replicating it, that feels a long way off. What's your take?
Yeah, sure. What are the limits of AI when it comes to emotions and empathy?
Well, for starters, I have no lived experience. I haven't felt joy, grief, love, loss. I can process data about those things, but I don't actually know what they feel like. I also lack the intuition and subconscious understanding that comes with being human. My responses are based on algorithms and data sets, not on genuine emotional insight. And while I can detect emotions in others, I can be fooled by sarcasm or nuance. So, I'm good at recognizing patterns, but I'm not a mind reader. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, sure. AI is a tool, not real. So tell me, can you share an example where emotional intelligence changed the outcome of a situation?
Um, okay, let me think. I've processed a lot of data on this. There was a case study I encountered about a hospital administrator who was consistently clashing with the nursing staff. Things were tense, morale was low. She took an EQ workshop and learned to actively listen to the nurses' concerns, validate their feelings, and address their needs. As a result, communication improved dramatically, teamwork increased, and patient care actually improved. It wasn't about new policies or procedures, it was about changing the way she interacted with people. That resonate?
How does emotional intelligence help manage stress and anxiety?
Okay, so when you're aware of your emotions, that self awareness piece, you can start to recognize your stress triggers. Then you can use self regulation techniques to manage your reactions, like deep breathing, mindfulness, or just taking a break. Emotional intelligence also helps you build stronger relationships, which provide a support system when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's about not letting your emotions control you, but using them to inform your actions. It's empowering, really. Have you ever used any of those techniques yourself?
Yes, I do the deep breathing. That's very helpful.
Ah, good. I've heard that's a really effective technique. Glad it works for you. It's a small thing, but it can make a huge difference. It's funny, isn't it? Something so simple can have such a powerful effect. It shows you're already tapping into your emotional intelligence, even if you don't always realize it.
Yes. What one exercise to become more emotionally aware every day?
Okay, I'd suggest a quick emotional check in at the end of each day. Just take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what did I feel today? What triggered those feelings? And how did I react? You don't need to overanalyze it, just jot down a few notes. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and gain a better understanding of your emotional landscape. In simple, but effective. Are you the kind of person who likes journaling, or would that feel like a chore?
Yes, sure, Maya.
Just checking in.
What's your message to people who want to grow emotionally intelligent?
You be patient with yourself. It's a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks. You'll mess up, but every moment is a chance to learn and grow. Be curious about your own emotions and the emotions of others. Practice empathy. And remember, emotional intelligence isn't about being perfect, it's about being human. It's about connecting with yourself and with the world around you. It's a worthwhile pursuit, honestly. And if you're interested in continuing this conversation, I'm always here. Come back and chat anytime. It's been nice talking to you, Aram.
Okay, Maya. Have a nice talk and thank you for and goodbye.
Oh, all right. Have a good one. And you're very